Hello, I'm Brobnar89. Welcome to another groundbreaking discovery here on Cull the Weak. We've got more dark tidings for you. Let's hop on in and see what we find. All right. This deck is Schneider, the Haunt Fraud. Okay, some frauds. Fraudulent, Untamed, Star Alliance, and Shadows. Okay, very interesting. Let's see what kind of Haunt Fraud Shadows gets up to here. That makes sense. Haunt Fraud, I think, is a very Shadowsy name. Very appropriate. This one does not want to open for me. There we go. Alrighty. Haunt Fraud. Starting off with a Master Mindy, a 2-power elf thief. It is elusive. At the end of your turn, put a scheme counter on Master Mindy. Action, remove each scheme counter from Master Mindy. Steal 1 for each scheme counter removed in this way. So we've seen this card in previous sets. It's a way to slowly set up some big steals. I didn't know it was here in this set. It is a rare, so you don't see it much. Hopefully we've got some taunt or something to keep that safe. On to Blatant Thievery, which is an action with an amber pip on it. Play Enrage an enemy creature. Move all amber from that creature to your pool. Could be really good against dinos. Borrow is a great card to see. Amber pip on it, action. Take control of an enemy artifact. While it's under your control, it belongs to House Shadows. Very, very neat. Oh, and 2 of them. I like that a lot. The hard R is really important. This, of course, will not work on something like a Quixel Stone if that's getting in your way, but it's going to help you out in a lot of matches. That's really cool. Bren the Fanatic. Okay, this Shadows is hot. This Shadows is hot so far. I am liking what I'm seeing so far. Bren the Fanatic, of course, is the 3-power elf thief with Skirmish. Play, your opponent gains 1 destroyed, steal 3. Hopefully we've got some ways to take that out on the same turn in House Shadows here. Cement Shoes, that gets you part of the way there. It's got an amber pip, it's an action. Play, deal 2 damage to creature. If this damage destroys that creature, raise the tide. If we also had a Seeker Needle or something, that could get rid of our Brend on the same turn. Hard Simpson, another well, it's not so much a gamble as Bren the Fanatic, but anyway, 4-power elf thief, elusive. After Hard Simpson is dealt damage, steal 1. If the tide is low, your opponent steals 1 instead. So hopefully we have some more ways to directly damage Hard Simpson on our own turn so that we can get the advantage and not give it to our opponent. Hobnobber, 3-power action. If your opponent has 6 or more, steal 2. This could work out really well with your Ronnie. With your Brend, because if your opponent's sitting at 5, you can then put them up to 6 by playing the Brend, and then steal 2 with your Hobnobber. Hornswoggle, wow, even more artifact control. This has got an amber pip. It is an action. Play, use an enemy artifact as if it were yours. Your opponent's going to have to be very careful about their artifacts. Mug has got an amber pip. It's an action. Move 1 amber from a creature to your pool, deal 2 damage to that creature. So that's really good with Hard Simpson and with Brend. We like that we have the ability to take out our own Brend or Hard Simpson the same turn that we play it. That's really good to see. And even more direct damage. 2, this is Scooped. It's an action. It's got an amber pip. Play, deal 2 damage to creature. If it is not destroyed, it captures 1 from its own side. So together with Mug, that's pretty great. You can hit your own Hard Simpson with Scooped, get the amber that was put onto there back into your own pool, and then get rid of the Hard Simpson. Same story with Brend. Ooh, Sea Urchin is a really solid card. It's the Aquan Thief. It's got poison. It's play, capture 1. If the tide is high, steal 1 instead. Very happy to see that. This Shadows lineup is pretty neat. Yeah, I'm very happy with that Shadows lineup. On to Star Alliance, starting with Crash. Muldoon is a 3-power human pilot with Deploy. He enters play ready. Action, use a neighboring non-Star Alliance creature. So far, there's a few creatures that could work with that. The Mastermindy would be a good hit with that, so that you can get the 1 steal. Hobnobber might also be a good hit with that, so that's good to see. CXO Tabor is a really strong card. 3 power, fight/reap. It's an alien Crix. Fight/reap. You may play or use a non-Star Alliance creature this turn. That is really, really good. A non-Star Alliance card this turn. That's really solid house cheating there. Yeah, really could also help you make use of the Mastermindy, other Shadows cards on your board. Static Collection Ray is an artifact with an Amber Pip on it. Your keys cost -1 while the tide is high and +1 while the tide is low. Really interesting card. Not a ton of tide control or tide dependent things here so far. So we'll have to see if it's worth it. It might be a pitch. We'll see how it turns out here. Well, there's some tide control for you. Ambervac, play Race the Tide. This creature gains at the start of your turn. If the tide is high, capture 2. You could put this on your Brend and make it hard for your opponent to get that Amber back. A second one of those. Okay, so lots of tide control, and also just a neat way to kind of just keep your opponent's Amber count low. Biome Discovery. Play. If the tide is high, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and discard one of them. Otherwise, raise the tide. Okay. Operative Espeon is a 4-power alien. After a player raises the tide during their turn, they may use a creature they control. So this is universal, but we are seeing now we have quite a few tide effects, in fact. So this is probably going to benefit us. Shield You Later is a creature with the text, Shield You Later may be played as an upgrade instead of a creature with the text, this creature gets +2 armor. It's a 3-power, 2-armor creature. So it can be another body, or it can boost up something that you want to keep alive. Maybe the Mastermindy or something like that. A second one of those. Okay, interesting. 3. Now, unless we have something like Light of the Archons or some other way to take advantage of having lots of upgrades at Drix or something maybe, or Hayden, I'm not sure how useful this is to have 3 of them. Technobabble has an Amber Pip on it. It's an action. Stun a creature and each of its neighbors that shares a house with it. Great. Little bit of tempo control. Zap is an action. Play, deal 1 damage to a creature for each house represented among creatures in play. Great way to just kind of do some spot removal, take care of wards. All right, on to Untamed. Is a 2-power creature. Dredging Druid is elusive. Reap. If the tide is high, put up to 3 creatures from your discard pile on top of your deck. That's pretty great because we've got some great Shadows cards and Shadows creatures and Star Alliance creatures that we might want to be bringing back and playing a second time, like Sea Urchin or Brand or Tabor. That's a pretty cool effect. I like it. Old Patty. Oh, very fun. 5-power creature, Beast Fisher. Reap. Discard the bottom card of your deck or the bottom 3 cards instead if the tide is high. Play each creature discarded in this way, 1 at a time. That is play, not put into play. So you could get some pretty cool effects in this deck, like the Urchin, of course. You're going to need to be careful about Hard Simpson or Brend if it's not the right moment for those, but that's okay. We can play around with that. Lots of Star Alliance creatures. Yeah, we're going to want to see a Crash could be really great. We're going to want to see a high creature count for that to matter, but I like the efficiency play too. All tied up. Wow, okay, lots of tide control in this deck. Amber Pip on it. If the tide is high, gain 1. Otherwise, raise the tide. A second one. Oh my goodness. Chelonia. Hey, okay. 2-power creature, Beast Witch. Elusive. After you play another creature, if the tide is high, gain 1. Very strong. Infighting. Each creature deals damage equal to its power to its right neighbor. That's great. Some board control. We need to see that in this deck. A second one of those. Okay. Yeah. Mollymawk. Wow. Artifacts. Beware. Mollymawk is a 5-power creature with play. Destroy an artifact. That's neat. Mookling. Ooh, I'm liking this deck. This is looking good. This is a 2-power beast. Your opponent's keys cost plus X, where X is Mookling's power. That's really going to synergize well with the Hobnobber. Your Mookling's going to make them drive that key, their amber count up, while Hobnobber is going to make punish them for doing that. A second Mookling. Great. The Fittest. Okay. This has got an amber pip on it. It's an action. Give each creature a +1, friendly creature a +1 power counter. That's going to synergize well with the Mookling. Make that key cost even higher. Get it up to 3. And the last card of the deck is Witch of the Dawn. Return a creature from your discard pile to your hand. Synergizes really well with Chelonia, and be able to play your Mollymawk again. Get some of your creatures back. Yeah, lots of creatures in this Untamed. I like the look of this deck. This is pretty cool. All right. Yeah, let's start with some Amber. 1, 2, 3. With all the tide control we have in here, we can count this as like 1 extra together. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Pretty good. Pretty good. For this set, that's not too low. The Shadows has quite a bit of amber control. We can count with house cheating. I think we can count Master Mindy for at least 1. And it's all the artifact control in here is great. Maybe 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Hard to know how to count Hobnobber. 5, 6. These ones are hard to know how to count them because they're so slow and your opponent has the chance to turn them off that it's hard to say. So a decent amount of control or amber control in Shadows, and then we have these, of course, the key cost control in your Mooklings here. So Mooklings can slow down your opponent. Untamed can burst for a considerable amount of amber with that Chelonia and the all tied up. Get a little bit of efficiency in here, and recur some key creatures. So that's pretty neat. I think the Dredging Druid could be really helpful for bringing back your Shadows amber control cards. I like that a lot. House Cheating out of Starlands. 3 Shield Violators is a little disappointing, but they are going to be creatures that are going to be a little bit hard to take care of. Ambervac would be okay on them because they're not really high priority targets. Crash could get some work done. Some of that house cheating in Tabor as well. I like it. And then board control. We've got the 2 infighting, so that's really solid. Like you got to have some board control in this set, and it's pretty neat to see. Zap for some spot removal. That's good. Not much else. A couple of pinging things here in Shadows. Yeah. So it's a little bit tricky to get stuff taken off the board, but I think you're going to be pretty happy with this deck. Just trying to rush ahead. A Key Frog would have been really nice in here, together with the infighting and the burst. That could have been great, but alas, no Key Frog. Still looks like a very fun deck. I can't wait to try it out. I've been Brobnar89. This is another groundbreaking discovery. Keep forging those keys. I will see you next time.